French human rights groups are calling for a probe to be reopened into the 1994 genocide in Rwanda in East Africa. It's to establish whether or not French troops had any blame for the deaths of hundreds of people they'd promised to protect in the village of Bisesero. A video from news website Mediapart appears to show a senior French military officer discussing an ongoing massacre there several days before the army decided to intervene.
Il faut voir, hier on était, je ne sais plus quel patelin là. Il y a eu des battues toute la journée dans les collines, des maisons qui flambaient de partout, des mecs se trimballaient avec des morceaux de chair arrachés, enfin bon.
The genocide in Rwanda lasted just over 3 months and left nearly 1 million people dead. While Paris denies any culpability in the Bisesero massacre, rights groups led by a French NGO are saying that the case was closed prematurely now.
Lines of inquiry were not sufficiently followed up to allow investigators to determine France's military and political responsibility.
French military authorities were aware that from the afternoon of 27th of June onwards, civilians were being killed.
The survivors opened the case 13 years ago, although back in July it was scrapped due to lack of evidence and lack of convictions. But survivors of the massacre claim they asked the French military for help on June 27, 1994. But the military only came 3 days later, already after hundreds of people were killed in the massacre. And the allegation now is that the French government actually knew what was going on and specifically decided not to intervene. The genocide was committed mainly by the Hutu government and its backers against the ethnic minority Tutsi tribe. Allegations of the French government's support for the Hutus, who carried out most of the slaughter in the genocide, have been rough on the French government's relations with the Rwandan government for years. But the French, although they admit that they've made mistakes, they say they have no complicity in the genocide that took place there.
We spoke with a survivor of the massacre and asked her if the revelations were a shock.
No, the video doesn't surprise me. I was very happy that Mediapart published the truth. We, the survivors, have known this for a long time, but it's important that the French people know what happened back in 1994, when the military was there. I only know that François Hollande promised to declassify the archives, but it didn't work out. Everything he published was already known. The only thing I have to add is that the French people have to know the truth.
The context of the Rwandan genocide was a 4-year war. This argument between France and Rwanda has been going on since 1994. Did the French have a mandate? Did the French have a mandate to intervene? If French officers observed this and they had a mandate to intervene, then they did something wrong. Soldiers typically do not take action without a mandate.